So today in this video, I want to discuss something that happens along the healing journey, and it's something that I've faced a lot over the past decade while I've been doing the inner work, and it's also something that I see in my clients' journey as well, something that they have to face. And it's just some words of encouragement if you are on the path back to yourself and doing the inner work. So healing is not linear. And a thing that I see a lot with my clients is that they will have worked through a lot of things and healed in some regards, and then the same issue will come up later and they feel like they have regressed or they haven't moved forward. So I'm going to give you a few tips if this is something that you're experiencing, because I do know that most people do confront this or come up against this on their journey. So something that you have really worked through and feel like you've stepped into more of a place of empowerment where you can deal with certain triggers or situations that come from the wounded aspects within. Well, they can come up at a later date and you can get really triggered and all those old wounds can come back up again. And this can feel like, oh my goodness, I haven't done the work. I thought I've healed this aspect, but why is this coming up again? And I know I went through this as well on my journey. And the biggest thing that I can tell you is that healing is not linear, just like I spoke. It's like a spiral, and there's so many layers. And so you may have healed certain aspects of what you're trying to heal, of this wounded part within. But if there is more to be seen, and it is attached to other aspects or wounded parts within you, it will show up again. And so a tip that I can tell you is to be excited when more of these things come up, because it means that you're ready to see them. You couldn't see them before because they were still unconscious. And so when these things come up for you, it means they're ready to be healed and seen by you. So it's easy to look at these things as it's daunting or, oh my goodness, I'm back to square one. I haven't moved forward. I'm regressing. No, you are not. You are moving forward and more is being exposed for you to show up to and for you to heal. The other thing that can happen is that we heal a lot and we're feeling more grounded and centered, and then all of a sudden there's all these things showing up and it can feel really messy inside, like there's a lot of stuff going on. But this is actually a good thing. You just weren't able to see all these things before, and although it looks really messy and overwhelming, it's just that they're all being exposed at the same time. For those of you that know me, you know I've spoken about this a lot, that I had a teacher who taught me how to do inner work for 3 years and do shadow work assessment. And I would come to her and I'd have like all this stuff that was showing up, and I would call it like my junk. Like it felt like I was in a dump, right? With like all this garbage that's showing up, and it was so overwhelming. And she would say, aha, good, this is good. You just couldn't see it before. It's always been there, but now you've done so much work that these lost or repressed or hidden or unconscious aspects are coming up to be seen. This means you are on the right path. So I just wanted to share that with anyone who's on the healing journey right now, that may be going through this, or you might come up against this in the future. And when I use the words come up against, it can feel like it's against you because it can feel overwhelming, but it's not. It's happening for you. The healing journey can be a tricky one. And sometimes you can feel disheartened within doing the work because it can feel like you take 3 steps forward, which you do, but then it can feel like you take 2 steps back, and then you take a step forward, and then you take 2 steps back, and then you take 4 steps forward. And it's kind of like this ebb and flow, but you have to trust in the process and know that you are on the right path. And don't get disheartened when you feel like you've taken those steps back, because those are just as important as moving forward. They are a part of your journey. They are a part of your learning. And there's something in there for you in those steps that feel like you're going backwards, for more to come up and more for you to see, so you can move forward in a new way with new awareness. The healing journey is not for the faint of heart. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of responsibility, because the more aware you become, the more responsibility it takes, the more integrity it takes. And it's painful doing the inner work. You're going back through all your trauma, all your wounded aspects, and learning to accept yourself and accept those parts and bring in more self-love. And it's not easy. Nobody ever said it was easy. It's probably one of the hardest things you'll do in your life, but it is the most rewarding thing you can do in your life. And I'm just speaking from my own experience. It's been so rewarding to do the inner work, and the expansion and awareness that comes with that, and the gifts that come with that, are so, so worth it. And let me tell you, I think it is so much more difficult being in a state of unawareness, where we are being driven by all of our trauma, all of our triggers. They affect every aspect of our life. And if we're walking around in this autopilot state, not really understanding our emotions on a deep level and allowing our emotions to run us and our belief systems to run us, that is way, way more painful and difficult than taking the steps forward to heal. When you take the steps to heal, you also step into more awareness. And when you have more awareness, you naturally cultivate tools that help you to navigate your emotions, navigate your trauma, navigate your triggers and your belief systems, so you can do things in a new way that aren't based in reactive states. You can understand yourself on a deeper level, which builds resilience, which makes it easier to go through difficult situations. So a situation that may be really, really painful to go through, it may still be painful, but you'll know what to do with that pain, and you'll be able to flow and ride through that situation with much more ease. So my final words, if you are on this journey, just know that feeling disheartened or feeling like you've regressed is a part of the journey, and there's nothing wrong with that, and you are perfect just the way you are and where you are. I'm currently offering free discovery sessions, so if you would like to book a session with me to see if we're a right fit, you can do that in the link below. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share with your friends. My name is Tess. Thanks for watching.